What's going on, guys? Making another video today about invading in Dark Souls 3. In my last video I was invading into multiple players, but as some people pointed out, there's a difference between fighting people trying to play the game and people actively looking to kill invaders. I'm going to specifically be covering Ganks here, which for the purpose of this video I'll define as being any situation where you invade into two or more people that are not actively trying to progress through the area, but are instead looking for unfair PvP matches. I'm using a different build than in my last video because Ganks are more common at higher soul levels. This character is about 26 levels higher. Even with this though, I find that Ganks are relatively infrequent and it takes a while to get clips. I'm running a pretty standard quality build here, and I prioritize having 40 strength and dex over having the soft cap of vigor and endurance. Maximizing damage is important during these ganks, and a lot of the time when you die it will be because you get hit by multiple people at the same time, at which point your health really doesn't matter. My primary weapon here is the Black Knight Great Axe +5, which has extremely high AR. With the Hornet Ring, no one so far at this soul level has survived a single critical attack. I can also do around 1000 damage in 2 hits while two-handed. My sidearm is the Lothric Night Sword +10 infused with Refined. I experimented as well with a +10 Dark Sword infused with Refined, but I prefer the moveset on this sword. It has lower AR, but it has the shield break weapon art, as well as thrusting R2 attacks. In my other hand I just have a small leather shield unupgraded for parrying. The armor is just for decoration, of course. In the ring slots, I'm wearing Havel's Ring, which I don't recommend usually unless you're using a particularly heavy weapon. With the Black Knight Great Axe equipped, I was only able to equip one piece of armor on top, so I transposed Havel's Ring. As always, I have Lloyd's Sword Ring and the Prisoner Chain. Lloyd's Sword Ring gives a nice AR boost, and the Prisoner's Chain gives me good stats and lets me stay 10 soul levels lower than I would have otherwise. I don't particularly value the 5 points in Vitality, but they're not useless. And of course I have the Hornet's Ring, which I covered earlier, but it's extremely important to have these super powerful critical attacks when you're fighting against multiple people. My Estus is maxed, I have the Red Eye Orb, I have a buff for my straight sword, and I carry some Undead Hunter charms, even though I don't actually use them. That's all for my build, so we'll get to the ganks. I'll start with some 1v2s, and later on I'll have some 1v3s. This first invasion is a 1v2 with a Dark Moon coming in later. At first I think that this guy might just be looking for honor duels of some sort, so I greet him and start to move forward. I should have guessed by his pleasant name that he was actually trying to gank. I managed to back quickly out of the tight area and get to where some enemies are. Experienced gankers will usually clear out an area and then look for an invader, but these guys are not experienced. When I see that the Dark Moon Blade has arrived, I want to try and take one of these guys out as soon as possible. This guy has held his shield up almost the entire time, so it's a free kill. The Hornet Ring damage with the Black Knight Great Axe is insane. I want to try and take this guy out as well before the Dark Moon Blade even gets here, but it doesn't wind up working out. I opt to heal up so I can get ready for the 2v1. It turns out he wasn't actually much of a problem. Once the host sees that I killed the other guy in one hit, he goes back to try and summon his friend again. I'm not able to chase him down, and after a while, he manages to summon his friend back. We're back at square one. Same as last time, I use these NPCs to make myself some space. I try to switch targets while I swing to give my axe a wider arc that covers both sides. Phantom makes the mistake of coming up the stairs late, and I kill him with one plunging attack. I finally managed to finish off the host with a setup parry. Pretty easy. It's pretty obvious something's going on here right from the start. I'm a little bit wary about approaching him. I know that people will often try to do a plunging attack from right above that staircase. I don't want to trade hits before I can see everyone involved, so I decide to bait out the other guy. I manage to dodge the plunging attack and then get out. This guy wasn't so lucky. They all have very high damaging weapons, so I don't want to get caught inside a combo. These guys didn't clear out the mob, so I get some space to breathe. I see here that the White Phantom takes out Gothar's twin swords. It's pretty obvious now that the strategy is to get the White to stunlock me while the other two can wail away with their ultra great swords. I try and make some space. I'm not going to be trading very many hits, but I could die in one combo, so I want to keep myself topped off at all times. The White Phantom is favoring rolling attacks as his way to approach, and I read one for the parry. The other two don't seem to understand that I'm invincible during this animation. Without a slower weapon to stunlock me, it's very unlikely that I'll get hit by these giant greatswords. I catch the host with 2 attacks in a row, bringing him down very low. At this point, a dash attack with my Dark Sword would have killed them, and I would have been able to combo the yellow as well, but I wound up getting help from an invisible invader. I'm pretty sure I had them on the ropes, so I'm including this clip anyways. I see that there's already a blue phantom in this world, which is a little bit suspicious. I'm wary of the potential plunging attack from on top of this staircase. I try to bait out anyone that would be hiding with fake aggression. I feel like it's safe enough to go in, so I do. It wasn't. As I roll away here, I see a third guy as well. I want to make some space with these NPCs. This guy gets a little swing happy with his hatchet. Unfortunately, I started my attack from a bad angle. It turns out he was just trying to bait me anyways. Letting this guy know I know about him is better for me in the long run, so I can go that way to escape if I have to. They think that they have me on the run, so they both come in at the same time. Now it's down to a 1v1. Then Weapon Art has super armor and is a Wrath of the God style attack. I know to roll backwards. I see that another invader arrives at about this time. I want to convey to him somehow that I want to take the end of this 3v1 by myself, but I can't figure out how. Eventually we were able to clean it up 2v1. I killed them both for good measure. This will be the last clip for this video. I'm pretty suspicious here right away. You can see me looking up the stairs at that plunging attack spot from before. Once I decide it's safe enough, I go for this guy and his friend comes out of the woodworks. I hesitated to consider this a gank at first, but the fierceness with which these people chase me is a little bit suspect. Foolishly, they both run into me at the same time and I get off a 2000 damage combo. I tried to read his roll here and it didn't work out. We do some regular 1v1 skirmishing and then a Dark Moon Blade invades. He winds up covering the host with magic for the rest of the fight. This would have been my best chance to go for that phantom, but I miss it. Here I make a mistake as well. Had I attacked again, I would have killed that guy for sure, and I don't think I would have died to this guy's 2 attacks. You get too aggressive on the Phantom here and get backstabbed. Whoops. All this running around has taught me that I'm not going to be able to get to the Phantom. I decide that it's going to be best to wait for the host to get a little too ahead of himself. Then he does. I don't even have to bother with this guy. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.